Yo, 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 Shells Tastic Sports with your host, your boy, Shells Tastic himself. Hope you're all doing well. Different settings today, man, in the whip, just parked outside the whip. Parked outside my yard, in my whip. Yeah, man, different settings, man. Like I said, I'm going to make it organic. I'm not always going to be in the same place, wherever I feel like I need to talk about something, I'm going to do it. Yeah, it's just different, do something different, man. I am not like everyone else. I'm different, You'll get to know that as this channel keeps building. So yeah, man, let's go, man. I'm just gonna talk about this weekend's action. I'm not gonna break them fight by fight. I'm just gonna do one big recap of the weekend action that I saw. The zone card in, I think, San Antonio. Matchroom, Eddie Hearn, obviously. And yeah, the fights on that card, I think there's 4. And I stayed up to watch that one, so it was a pretty good card. I enjoyed that one. It was worth to stay up for. So I'm gonna start with the first fight. It was Raymond Ford against Medina. I think people know how talented Raymond Ford is. He's shown a lot of talent. You can see it through every single one of his fights. I think obviously he's had a couple of fights where they've been a bit questionable, especially the last fight. A lot of people thought he got a gift decision. It could have gone either way. I think if he had got the decision against him, no, he couldn't argue himself. He stayed in the ropes a bit too long. One thing when you're a slickster like him, you fight a pressure fighter. One thing you can't do is sit on the ropes, because to the eye of the judges, that guy, even if he's not catching you with shots on, he looks like the ring generalship is on the other guy's hand. That he's controlling the fight by keeping you in the ropes and you can't get off. And I think he made it a thing. I was listening to him and he was saying that he's going to try and stay off the ropes. Definitely, he's going to count. He's going to count to 3 Mississippis, and if he's on there after that, he knows he needs to move. So yeah, 3 seconds off. Let's go. Let's get off that ropes. Slip, get back, hold center of the ring. He's got the skills. I know he was in camp with Shakur Stevenson in this camp, which is obviously you can't get much better for that in terms of southpaw as well. He's a fellow southpaw. They come up together in amateurs, I know. So I know they're pretty close anyway. But couldn't get a better person to be in camp. To keep learning and improving. So he's a quality fighter, very talented fighter, and I definitely look forward to seeing more of him. But in this fight, yeah, he showed his class. He showed all the slicks, his hand speed, terrific hand speed. Medina just couldn't really ever set for him. And hand speed obviously intimidates people when you're hitting them at will and they don't know where it's coming from. And that was at the start. He did it. As the fight went on, he started throwing a power jab. It wasn't just a pop jab and range find. He was actually hitting it. It was busting him up. So yeah, mate, Ford, that was more the Ford that I know and we know can perform. So just hopefully he stays with that and improve his skills. And sometimes I feel like with Slicks, I see with Haney as well when he fought Linares. Sometimes they try to, because of the entertainment value and the pressures of people saying no, they can't punch. They don't need to just be a master boxer. We saw Floyd Mayweather do that. Just be a master boxer. Not everyone can. Because sometimes what happens is people walk onto shots, and that's when you get the knockouts. You don't have to be a single one hitter quitter. You can literally just walk people onto shots with your timing and frustrate people. But when people get frustrated, they start reaching, stretching, fall over the front foot, get caught, could be out. Remember, what knocks people out? Speed and timing and precision. So that's what knocks people out. And the shots you don't see, obviously. So yeah, man, he's a master. He's a boxer and perfect your craft. So don't worry about opinions of other people, man. He's a good boxer. Me, I like everyone. I like knockouts, but I appreciate a good boxer as well. So I'm not so caught up in I got to see a knockout. No, I can see a great boxing masterclass. I'm a fan. I'm a proper hardcore, so I love it. But I can appreciate skills pay the bills. So yeah, man. So that was a classy performance, a shout-out performance. He moves on to bigger things. I think at the level he's at now, I feel like he needs to probably fight, guys that are fringe road level now. I know he's at February, isn't it? 126. Fringe road level now, potentially former world champions kind of thing. I think he's at that stage now. He's probably about 4 or 5 fights from a world title fight, I'd say. Maybe, just building his experience. They don't need to rush. So yeah, I think fringe road level, see how he goes. If he blasts through that or looks too comfortable at that level, then move him into that kind of former world champion. Well, I suppose fringe level, what if he's former kind of world champion? So you move him into that kind of bracket. Then yeah, you do that, and then yeah, then start getting. I don't know if they're gonna work what sanctioning body they're gonna move him in what direction, but then move him into that direction and get him in closer to become mandatory. He's not the type of fighter that the champions that February are going to be picking to fight. You know, obviously he's not a big name. He's a high risk, low reward kind of thing. So he's going to have to be kind of the guy that you're going to have to push into a mandatory slot, you know. So, yeah, I feel like that's what Eddie Hearn will have to do. But, yeah, that was a good performance from him. He moves on to bigger things and we'll keep up to date with his career. The next fight, if I'm right, was Jessica McCaskill against Ibarra. McCaskill's a beast in there, man. From the first round, it was war. It was a war. It was. I mean, I'm gonna get to the girl quitting in. I can't remember. Was it fourth, fifth round? It's one of those rounds. She pretty much quit. When they were translating what she was saying, it was You know, not everyone gets a chance to even become a world to even compete for a world title, let alone become a world champion. But I think just from the beginning, McCaskill was hitting her big shots and she felt them. She was holding on quite a bit. I think there's a left hook in the round prior to when she decided to quit on her stool. There was a left hook and it really bothered her, and she never recovered from it at all. And yeah, man. So yeah, it was a left hook that actually bothered her, and it was a peach of a shot, and she just never got back up. I think the interpreter said that she just wanted to go back to her kids. She doesn't want. She was complaining that Jessica McCaskill was holding on to her, which wasn't the case. McCaskill was swinging. You know, in clinch you swing. If anything, she was doing more holding than McCaskill. So for her to say that, to use that way is to quit. Yeah, it's sad because you fight. I mean, it's a dream of either thought of a male or female fighter to want to become a world champion once you turn over to pro, and for you to get your world title shot, go out on your shield. You know, what I mean, don't let your team pull you out. You know, but you know, look, I'm not a fighter. I wasn't in the ring, so you know, she made her decision. But yeah, she got a paycheck at the end of the day. But yeah, it's not really what you want to see. It wasn't. She was getting beat and she was losing every round. But I wouldn't say it was a battering. It was just more of. It could have turned into that. The next couple of rounds, McCaskill could have got her out of there. So maybe she just felt, you know what, let me just quit now before it gets severe. Maybe that was her mindset. But yeah, I don't know. That would be probably her earlier shot at world title level. So yeah, man, it's disappointing. And it's for the undisputed. It's not even for like one belt. It's for all four, and the Ring magazine and stuff like that. So it is what it is. But man, McCaskill moves on. I mean, I know she's talking about she's more of a 140 fighter, but she just doing well at 147, and I know she talked prior to the fight. She was talking about Chantel Cameron. I'm all for that, man. That's a big fight. We can make that fight happen. You know, Chantel Cameron's a unified champion, got 2 of the belts. McCaskill comes back down to 140. Let's make it happen, man. Let's do that, man. I'm all for it. So that'll be a good fight, man. Interesting fight. So yeah, that was a good performance from McCaskill. If she moves on, if she does come back down to 140, then yeah, Eddie, they're with the same promoter, so we can make that fight, man. Easy fight. Eddie Hearn, make the fight, man. You're the man with the plan. So yeah, man. But yeah, I'll be interested to see what her next moves are, man. The next fight, I can never pronounce this guy's name. Aklam Makdeliev. He's a good fighter though. Don't. I am butchered his name. I'm not great with pronouncing it, but I'm sure you guys know who I'm talking about. And he fought. Is it Brandon Rios? Is that his name? Not the one that was at welterweight. This one. It was a good performance for him. You know, Ben, I think he's with one hand after 3 rounds or something. I think after 3 rounds he hurt his left hand. He's a southpaw, isn't he? And he was jabbing for rounds after rounds. And then I think the last round his team said get rid of him, get rid of this guy. And then the body onslaught was tremendous. But up until he actually had a problem with his backhand, I love the way he fights, man. The angles, but it's the angles with power punching. He's not like say Lomachenko, where he's just moving around and just opening you up, but it's not all power shots. It's just to open you up to surprise you later on. Everything is like a power shot, but he's so athletic and he's in great condition, man. Unbelievable fight. I know I want to get onto the fact that most of us want to see now. But yeah, what a performance, man. You know, bearing in mind that's the heart of a champion, man. This is just going back to the fight before I was saying with Ibarra, where she quit. He, as a champion, obviously had the issue with his backhand, his left hand, and yet he still fought on as a champion. You know, he could easily say, I'll leave it, you know, I'll just get a rematch. I'll do the rematch, get my hand better. He said, no, he's gonna fight. And he fought pretty much the most of the fight with one hand, and then the last round, he just started saying, He decided, he's gonna put his shots together. It is what it is, His hand's gonna be. I think after a while, what they say in boxing, when you do hurt your hand, it goes numb, so you don't even feel it. So until after the adrenaline kicks out of it. So I think maybe he got to that point. So I want to get this guy out of it. And he caught him with some beautiful body shots, and then the referee just stopped it in the end. But it was a great performance. Bearing in mind he was injured in that fight with his hand. So yeah, man. He moves on to bigger things, man. But very, very, very great talent, man. Very, very good talent. Obviously the fight that we want to see him fight against Peter Fulton, that obviously for supremacy at 118. Is it 118 or 122? I think it's 122. He's 122, isn't it? Yeah. Let's make that fight happen, man. Let's make that fight happen. What a great fight. It'll be a pick him. He's a hard one to pick. But yeah, let's make that fight happen. Between the two. But yeah, man, I want to see. I mean, look, if we can make a fight, it might be a difficult fight because it's across networks. It's across networks. Obviously, Fulton with PBC. He's with Aklam Madaliev. I know I'm butchering his name. He's obviously with Eddie Hearn as well, and we know him and Eddie Hearn don't tend to do business, but yes, which is a bit annoying, to be fair. I know it's more on Al-Him's side than Eddie Hearn's, they just want to try and freeze him out a bit, but it'd be a shame because that's for all the belts. He's got two. Let's make it happen, man. We've seen so many undisputed champions in the last 2 years. We want to see more, so why not, man? So that's the fight I want to see him in. But wonderful performance on Saturday night or Sunday morning for me watching it. Great box, great, yeah, man. It was great entertainment. Yeah, he moves on. Hopefully his hand's not too bad. We don't want to see him out for any long periods of time. But we'll see, man. But hopefully, that he can heal fast. So champ, just hopefully heal that left hand right quickly, and then you can move, man. Hopefully, man. Not too long, man. We don't want to see a time like you wasted on the sidelines because of injuries and stuff. So yeah, hopefully you do your thing, man. And then that brings me to the main event. I mean, let's talk about a star, Bam Bam Rodriguez. I mean, where do we start? I mean, I never did obviously I already started my channel, so I didn't get a chance to even talk about his first fight against Cuadras. Well, not his first fight, but his first world title fight when he jumped up 2 weights from 108 to 115. And, with a week's notice, that's the confidence he has to do that, which is crazy for a young man, the youngest champion in boxing. You got to put respect on his name, man. Think about that. Youngest champion at 22 in boxing can go up there 1 week notice and jump up 2 weights and fight an elite fighter. Maybe slightly out their prime, but elite fighter at 120, at 115, Carlos Cuadras. For him to put in the clinic he did against him, but then to go and fight a level above for me in Ron Versailles. Let's not get it twisted. A couple years ago, we watched Ron Versailles ice out Chocolatito. I watched both fights, and the first fight people saying close. I thought Ron Versailles won it, but the second fight there was no discussion. He knocked him clean out. Like I've never seen Chocolatito hurt like that. I know, look, this is not that Ron Versailles, but while he's in there, you can see in there. You can see the levels of punching power in that ring. You can see he didn't move. You could just see, you can hear the thudding power, even when he was hitting gloves and you could hear it. What? That's the last thing to go in boxing is your punching power. Your punching power never goes. You may lose your legs, you may lose your athletic ability to move out of the way and slip shots, or you see the same shots but you can't punch them because your arm and your brain don't think at the same line. But your punching power, if it lands, it still goes the same way. And yeah, man. What a performance from Bam Bam. What I love about Bam Bam is he can do it all. He can box on the outside and he can sit, but he can do it and just put and do front foot pressure. Feint with his front foot and then get in, and then he comes in with the angles. I know he's a big Lomachenko fan. He looks up to him, and you can see in the way he fights sometimes, the way he moves and slips angles and goes around, and you don't even see the shots. He's unbelievable, and that was a demolition of that was an exhibition of how to break down a fighter. He didn't trade early on. He was just doing him, breaking him slowly with the jab, coming with angles, slowing him down, and then what he did after that, started going to the body, digging in, slowing him down. And then eventually them headshots just start hurting. Homicide just didn't know what was hitting him. He was losing every round. He did clip him a couple of times. Bam Bam's got showed he's got a good chin as well. But the sky's the limit for this boy. 22. And he's already, if you look at his resume already, looks, it's better than some world champions already. He's fought 2 elite guys, 2 legends of the sport at the lower weights already, And he's only 22, you got guys that are champions that are in their 30s that don't have the resume like that, No offense to someone like a Gary Russell Jr., he ain't got a resume like that already, So you look at it and you think to yourself, rah, this young kid, 22, his resume is not looking too bad. Like, there's talks about putting him with Chocolatito. I would not be putting Chocolatito's favourite in that fight because, obviously, remember the low weight divisions, the older you get, like if you get to your 30s, you actually burn out because obviously you're lighter weight. The heavyweights, the higher the weights are, you actually mature later. So, I don't know how old Chocolatito is, but I know you must be mid-30s going close, getting close to 40. So, the timing of that would be perfect for Bam Bam. And if he could get a name like that on his record, resume is looking mad early on, and this boy ain't even hit his prime. He's got time, I'll say he's got at least another 8 years at least before he's even starting to think about sliding, So what a ferocious talent he is, man. I mean, they've uncovered him for knowing, man. Eddie Hearn's got a gem there, and yeah, that could be the star that he could break through into the US DAZN market, So yeah, man, keep an eye out on Bam Bam Rodriguez, man. He's a superstar, man. I'm a fan, so. He can do it all, man. And when you see a fight that kind of has it all, he's not just a pressure fighter. He can box, he can move, but he can sit in the pocket and catch you with shots and slip and roll and slide. Oh, what a fighter, man! I love watching boxing like that. So, Bam Bam, you've got a fan here, man. I'm a fan. I love what I watched on Sunday morning for me, but Saturday night for the fans in the US. But yeah, man, it was a really really excellent performance, man. You're just getting better and better, and under the true lineage of Robert Garcia, I'm hoping that's an omen for AJ to do his thing against Usyk in August, 20th of August. But yeah, he's got a very good team around him, man, and I'm pleased for him, man. He's such a young kid, man. So well done, Bam Bam, man. You're gonna do big things, but definitely I can see you being a multi champion. There's talks about him going back down to 108 or 112. He could do his thing down there as well. Why not? You know what I mean? It's funny, I saw Sonny Edwards literally the next day after put up the best flyweight in the world. It's a coincidence that you're talking that after the night after watching Bam Bam. Sonny Edwards is a good fighter, but he ain't for no level like what Bam Bam's been doing in the last 2 fights. So yeah, if Bam Bam does come down to 112, Sonny Edwards is in problems. So yeah, it'd be interesting, but yeah, very very good talent, man. So I'm looking and intrigued to see what his future is. I just see today, prior to me doing this video, that he signed a long-term new deal with DAZN. Was it Matchroom and DAZN, which is obviously good for Eddie Hearn and for him as well. Eddie Hearn's shown that he can make these fights happen. So yeah, let's see how it goes. But he'd definitely be a middleweight champion if he comes down and wins the belts at the 108, 112. That's already 3-weight world champion. And I can see him doing that. So yeah. What a talent. We'll see. And as he gets bigger, he probably grow a bit more as well. So he might move into, by the time his career finished, he could move probably close to featherweight. You never really know, because those smaller guys, because the weight difference in between each category is not so big like at the higher weights. You can move through the weights easily because the most down there is like 4 pounds, or between each weight, which is nothing really. So you can move up in between weights. So when you think you jumped up 2 weights to fight Cuadras, they only did half a stone. It was only like 7 pounds, which was the same difference between welterweight and 154. Same weight, but that's 1 weight and this is 2. So really truly, you never know how far he could go. He will grow, definitely. He will definitely grow. So he probably move up. By the end of his career, he could be a 5-weight world champion. It's got that kind of potential, I think. Anyway, so we'll see, man. But yeah, I'm definitely intrigued to see what's gonna happen. And I think that was it for all the boxing, man. Yeah, that was all the fights. I brought them down. Tell me what you think, if I missed anything, or you liked something else as well. But yeah, like I said, different settings today in the car. But yeah, man. But shout out to all you guys. I'm gonna do probably another video soon. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, all of that beautiful stuff. And yeah, man, catch you in another video, man. Peace.